What's up, everybody? I know it's kind of dark because I'm recording in OBS and I don't have a video editor that can edit OBS videos at this time. So the lights were glaring. I had to turn them down a little bit. But what I'm here to talk about, first of all, is I saw a video of Phil McKnight talking about the acquisition of Sweetwater. And music and guitars beat you to it by 2 days. 2 days ago, he announced it. So just I don't think it's going to affect us as customers at Sweetwater. I really don't. As you can see, I'm collecting the candy bags. I've got candy, and there's more candy over here. We're collecting the candy, but what I wanted to talk about is this day, August 27th, 1990. Stevie Ray Vaughan walks out on stage at the Alpine Valley Music Theater in East Troy, Wisconsin before a sold-out crowd of 30,000 people, and it would be his final show. And as far as blues guitar players and modern influences, he's been one of my biggest influences in my guitar playing. I don't know when it was. It was like in the early 80s. The first thing I saw by him, I was introduced to Stevie Ray Vaughan on MTV with this Couldn't Stand the Weather video. And I was immediately hooked. I couldn't believe it. It was the greatest video I'd ever seen. It was the best guitar playing I'd ever seen. Him playing in that rain and the storm and the wind blowing and the lyrics and the riffs. It was just like, oh man, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. And I immediately ran out and bought that album and then, spent the next 20 years trying to figure out how to play that song. Which I finally did get it, but I've never recorded it or we've never done it, but I can play along with it. But we've done lots of Stevie Ray Vaughan songs over the years. But I don't remember what I was doing that day. I remember finding out maybe that late that night or the next day that the helicopter had crashed and he had passed away and he was gone. And it was like, holy crap, It seemed like just a couple years before that, John Lennon got shot. And the factory I was working at, the women were like a few years older than me and were huge Beatle fans. And they were all crying and broken up and were having a tough time doing their job that day. And the plant foreman came out and kind of gave them a hard time. He was kind of nasty to them and, told them they were silly. And his father, the plant manager, came out and said he knew that his son didn't give a shit about the Beatles because he was a country guy, truck driver. He said, give it a rest, man. Let these women grieve, for a day. The plant will survive, but just leave them alone. So he did. He went away, he left them alone. I was like, wow, it was pretty cool of the plant manager to do that. But, Stevie Ray Vaughan, that was the greatest power trio, and then they added Reese Winans on keyboards, and it was just the most solid blues band I had ever seen. And actually that's what made me go back and listen to some of the older guys like Buddy Guy and Albert Collins and some of the other guys, Albert Lee and some of those other older guys, because I hadn't been really exposed to that or didn't know about that. But I knew B.B. King, of course, and a few other guys, but Stevie Ray was the one that opened that all up for me, and it was a big influence on my guitar playing. So what I'm going to try to do is not screw this up. I believe the last song Stevie Ray Vaughan played on stage was a rendition of Sweet Home Chicago, and I've got a chord progression that is similar. So I'm going to give this a shot and see what I can do as my tribute to one of my heroes. cooked my ending, but hey, that was my tribute to one of my favorites, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Rest in peace, brother. Everybody will remember you. You'll live on.